Hello Virgo, and welcome to your reading for September the 4th through September the 10th. I've already shuffled and meditated, and I've pulled 7 cards, one for each day of the week, and it's the general energy of the day. So happy birthday Virgos. I will be pulling an extra card out for you as it's your birthday month. I do want to mention the passing of Louise Hay. What an inspiration she was. It was just wonderful. She's been a huge influence on my life and my teachings. So I wanted to pay homage to her, and she'll be missed on this plane, but we can tap into her when we meditate. And anyway, I'm going to use her wisdom cards as your extra card this week. We'll be pulling those out and see what messages Louise has for us. So excuse me. Now, I have to put my glasses on. So the first card that we have for Monday is the Justice card. Look at that. Now there are 2 blind ladies here, and it seems like almost like opposing forces, right? When the Justice card comes up, this is 11. It's a very powerful, spiritual, powerful number, and what it's asking us to do is we need to, for some of us, this is a general reading of course, we need to find balance in our lives. So we have to look at our lives and look at where we need that balance and where balance is needed. So we're asking us, this card is asking us to seek balance in our lives. Now, this could mean a litigation and it could mean a decision. Now, if it's a decision, we have to really be neutral in determining what we decide for this issue that we have and that we have to make a decision on. So we have to be really neutral, and we have to make the decision for the best possible outcome for the higher good of everybody, not just ourselves. So for the good of our higher selves, that's what we have to make this decision and base it on. Now, you know, it could mean that litigation is coming up. This is a karmic card also. So if you have, depending on how you have treated people and if you've been fair and kind, most of the time, of course, we're not saying that, you know, you have to be perfect. No one's perfect. So we're humans. We're on this physical plane, right? So we do make mistakes and we are human. But predominantly, if you have a good heart and you've treated people fairly and kindly, this will come out in favor for you. On the other hand, if you haven't been fair and you haven't been kind and you've been, you know, mean to people, or you haven't acted in the good for everyone's higher good, if you haven't acted in that way, then this could come out in not so good a way for you. So this is karma is coming into your life, and it's going to play a role. Now, just remember that every decision you make has a karmic value. So choose to make that decision for the higher good for everyone. Now, if you can't be impartial and you're finding it very difficult to be fair and just, then you can bring a mediator in to mediate the situation. So whatever you're going through, and it's going to be different for some of you. Some of you it'll be a decision, some of you it will be some kind of court case or something coming up, or So when you have to make a decision on Monday or this week, because it's kind of fluid, right? Ask yourself, what's the fair and just decision? So make the right choice for the right reasons. Now, this is interesting, right? Because on Tuesday, we have the Knight of Swords. Now, knights mean movement, right? They mean, you know, sometimes fast energy comes in, so something might come up. Now, this, of all the knights, the Knight of Swords is the champion for justice. So it's interesting that this card came up on Monday, and this is the champion for justice. So make sure you make the right decision here, because lo and behold, if you don't, the King of Swords is going to come in and swipe you out of the situation. So think about your decisions, Virgo. Think about it, and think about it with fairness and justice for all. Because this is also, you don't want the wrath of the Knight of Swords coming down on you. He's very sharp, he's really intelligent, he's can see through situations, he sees through the BS, you know, so you want him on your side. You want him out there, you know, fighting for you, not against you. So that's the Tuesday energy. And then in the middle of the week, we have the Tower. So the first half of the week definitely looks a bit challenging for you, Virgo. I'm sorry to say. The Tower is a transformational card. Now, this could be, this is change, inevitable change is coming. You have a choice here. This might be your choice that you're going to make here, right? You have a choice here. You can be a champion for change, or you can be the victim of change. So when this card comes up, it's saying something's changing drastically. And that kind of is the energy in the whole week. Now, you know, Mercury's coming out of retrograde, and on the 5th, and on the 6th, we have this new moon, this full moon in Pisces. Now, this could also be symbolic of letting things and releasing things go, things that don't work for you anymore, Virgo. It's about moving and changing. And when there's a full moon, it's about clearing out the debris, letting it go, get rid of the junk, get rid of all that stuff that no longer works for you, whether it's people, whether it's a place, whether it's a job, whether it's, you know, whether it's a lover, whatever it is, it's time. You really know, because you're going to make this decision for the higher good of everyone. And don't hang on to stuff that you shouldn't hang on to, because when you do that, you're robbing yourself of a wonderful situation beyond your wildest dreams. Just allow the God of your understanding to come in and give you something wonderful. By hanging on to stuff, it's going to be ripped away anyway. This is a card that's saying it's going to go. Whatever it is, this is a physical transformation. So whatever it is, if you're not making the internal change, physically it's going to be taken away from you. So Virgo, you know, really look at what you need to let go of and be a champion for change, not the victim, because the victim is no fun. The Tower can be devastating. You know, it's like it's burning down, darling. It's gone. You know, so choose to take that decision to move on yourself. Don't be a victim. Be a champion. And that's on Wednesday. Now on Thursday, this is the Four of Swords, and it is, you are emotionally spent. I'm not surprised after all that's going on and all the decisions that you have to make and all the soul searching that you have to do that you should be doing this week. You're exhausted, darling. I get it. This is saying sleep. When this card shows up, it's saying you are not getting enough rest. And it's also a swords card, so it's intellect, it's the mind, it's the mental realm. So you're up in your head so much that you've exhausted yourself. You're going over scenarios and over and over and over again. It's almost like compulsive thinking that completely wipes you out. So when this card comes up, it's saying, make sure that you get those 8 hours of sleep. Make sure you relax. Listen, please, this full moon in Pisces is a wonderful opportunity to go inside and have really deep meditations and connect with Source. Once you connect with Source, there is no worry. There is no fear. There's only love, peace, and harmony. So go inside. We've never had such urgent messages as we are getting to go inside before. This is a time, this is where we're going to find peace and harmony. This is where we're going to be able to move forward in peace and harmony. The more people that connect within and create that peace and harmony within, that is going to translate to our outside world. And we will have world peace if we all go inside and connect with Source energy. I'm going to put, it's funny, I'm going to put out a guided meditation shortly for everyone to enjoy. And hopefully you guys will use it because it's so powerful. So that's Thursday. And look at this on this is the Four of Coins. Look, he's holding on. This is symbolic of you're holding on to something. If let it go, Virgo. You don't need to hold on to things. Don't be in fear of losing things. Look, I remember, I always say this, a guru once said to me, but there were thousands of people there. But he said it to me. And he said, look, if you put something in your hand, right, like that, we all think of letting go like that. It's gone, right? It's gone, and that's why we're in fear. But what if we think of letting go like that? It's still in the palm of our hands, right? Nothing goes. We've just we've let go of the control. And we've allowed it to do what it wants to do. If it wants to stay, it'll stay. If it wants to go, it'll go. We have to be fluid in this life, particularly during these times. We are moving into the age of Aquarius, and that is going to be, this is a change in ages. So there will be lots of turmoil. You know, there's a lot going on. And what's really interesting is this week, and that's why I think there's a lot of turmoil, we are recreating the solar eclipse. You know, Mercury is going to go direct, and it is going to be, it's kind of stationary in 28 to 29 degrees of Leo. And so we've got a couple of planets that are coming into that same degree in Leo, and this is recreating it. And so we're going to have, you know, there's lots of floods, there's lots of, you know, things happening on our planet that, you know, is about change. We really need to look at the planet. Anyway, I digress. This is about letting go. Let it go. Allow it to be there if it needs to be there, and allow it to go if it doesn't need to be there. This is what is a really important lesson. Guys, that's on Friday. Let it go. And what's amazing is that you have this wonderful gift on Saturday, right? This is the Ace of Coins. Look at all those beautiful, look, it's gorgeous, it's gold, there's all these things. This is the start of something new, and it's a gift from the universe. This is like, this could be you know, you starting your own business, starting a new job. This is kind of on the physical plane, right? But this is also abundance. You could find money. You can find money in your pocket, in your bag, in an old coat, you know, whatever. You could win the lotto, you could win big or you could win small, but this is the beginning of something wonderful. This is like an opportunity coming your way. So jump on it. Let go of this so that you can have this, right? Look, it looks to me like when you let go, it's going to be there, right? And then on Sunday, we have the Eight of Cups, which is an emotional moving on. It's like, you get it. You get it, Virgo. You're moving on. You get that all this physical stuff, you know, the physical realm is not important. You know that there's something deeper. There's something, you're moving on because you want more meaning in your life. You want it to be more meaningful. You know that there's something out there that's more meaningful. And so you're turning your back on all these worldly goods. Look, and you're out there searching spiritual for something more. You're going for some you want to be fulfilled spiritually. So this is wonderful. And I really do highly suggest that you meditate. Really, listen. Everyone thinks of meditation as being like, you know, they've got to be quiet and it's got to be, they've got to sit there for hours. Listen, it's not. It's a vibration. It can be as simple as 3 deep breaths, or that vibration can take you in. Allow the vibration to take you in. It can be that. As simple as a wonderful, or it can be only much bigger, you know, I just did a small one there. But it's funny because on Facebook I saw this guy where the he was obviously a young father and his baby was crying, very young baby, and he did the and there were lots of shots of him doing it when the baby was crying, and the baby just completely calmed down and just was, you know, it was almost instantaneous. So what a wonderful, wonderful way to stop your baby from crying. How amazing is that? Oh, I love that. Anyway, so it's your birthday. So we're going to do an extra card for you, and we're going to use Louise Hay's Wisdom cards. Lovely. I bought those so long ago. In the 80s, I think I got those cards. These cards, and they're two-sided. So let's ask Louise what she has, a message that will be helpful for you, Virgos, for the next week, to get through the week, this challenging week. It can be challenging if you choose it to be, but if you go inside and you have peace and harmony throughout the week and you connect with Source, it won't be. But let's see what oh, wow, that really popped out. Let's see what Louise has to say. It didn't pop out, it flew out. Okay. On this side, which was sitting up, if I have a compulsive habit, I realize that there is some need in my consciousness for this condition, or it would not be there. Oh, I am safe and secure in my world. I am safe and secure in my world. And that's your affirmation. That's what you look at. That lovely. Her cards are so pretty. Look. So this is saying, look, if you maybe you have a little addiction, maybe you're drinking, maybe you're smoking weed, maybe you're doing harder drugs, maybe you're eating too much, but the reason you're doing that is because you're trying to fill this hole within. You have this emptiness within, right? That's what compulsive behaviors are trying to do, is to fill that hole. Well, fill that hole with source energy, with a God of your understanding. If you don't like the word God, good orderly direction, whatever it is, just connect with the universe within you. Connect. You're going to feel that peace and harmony, and you will be safe and secure in your world. Okay? Thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate all your feedback, your comments, your likes. I want to thank everyone for all the love last week. It was just lovely. Thank you so much. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. And please, if you feel inspired, please share this video. Thank you for tuning in. I'll see you next week.
For a personal reading, please email Mary at liveinthesolution.com.